2 o'clock. For some reason, my phone is giving that one. Oh, is it? I don't know. But every time that somebody calls me, it like puts up this message, and it just, is in the way of everything else I'm doing. It cuts me off. I don't like it. What was I doing?
Getting on Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Avatar.
Hey, DVD. DVD. Maybe I should play that video again so everybody can understand. DVD. DVD.
Don't inhale your drink. Haley.
Oh my goodness. Today is going to be an amazing day. So
It's already amazing. What do you mean going to be?
It is amazing.
It's going to be.
So I was listening to Trump's message today.
Wait a minute. It's not amazing now. It's going to be amazing like in a moment from now.
In a moment. Okay, why do you have to use that voice? It's like you're trying to impersonate Trump.
It was the Chucky doll. It was the Chucky doll. I am free and clear of anything.
When you used that voice, all I saw was like, why are you?
Trump.
It's like you were trying to impersonate Trump or something.
There's no way I can impersonate that man, that amazing man.
I know, but the way that you use your voice with that, it's hilarious.
Shall I do it again?
No, please don't. Torture.
So it is amazing now.
It is amazing now.
Not going.
It's been amazing. And it still is.
Okay.
Does that sound better?
So, moving back to you were just watching Trump.
Yeah, no. I've noticed that whenever he wants us to focus upon something, he says the name twice or 3 times. Because he said Taiwan 3 times. So something is going to happen in Taiwan. Pay attention. And then the next one was Johnson and Johnson.
Jonathan and
Johnson
Johnson.
and Johnson.
Jonathan and Johnson.
And then he said that they're amazing, and we already know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
So something is going to go down.
Because who brought out the... Yeah.
And I think that
one of them.
Johnson and Johnson is probably based in Taiwan.
Oh,
If we think about it, because he went from Taiwan to Johnson and Johnson.
interesting. He always gives clues.
Always. So there might be that we need to keep an eye on. Also, the stars revealed something about, people were asking about how many clones does Trump have, right? So how many clones does he have? How many ties does he wear? Every single tie that he wears is a different clone or a different what do you call that? Body double of his.
Interesting.
That's how you tell who's who. So it doesn't just represent a message of it's go time or it's gold or it's green or it's whatever, but it also represents who is speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, which one's the real one? We don't know.
Oh, interesting. Oh, well, maybe, uh-huh. It's okay to take a break. We all don't need to be about watching that because we're
hanging out in the higher frequencies and vibrations. Remember this, what he's talking about is still for those that are catching on and waking up. And girlfriend, you're way past that.
You're way past that. If something irritates you, or if something is boring to you, it means that it's not your frequency anymore.
Oh yeah, girl. Just remember that one.
What was it? There was. Oh dear.
Well, while you think about that, let me say hi to everyone. Let's see. Avatar, Lee, Deborah, Bahaguru, Tanika, and Lee again, and Bah. That's wonderful. So you guys got this message, right? Thumbs up, please.
Oh.
And share the video too. Let people know that we're here. I'm already starting to have a good time. This is not us on shrooms. This is us feeling better.
Us feeling a whole lot better.
So we got Kidd is super excited about the things he's going to be sharing. MB, can I actually say the word?
Methylene blue? Uh-huh.
Oh, you just took my win.
My bad. No, I meant my bad.
MB, right? So yeah, he's found it last night, scrolling through some stuff. And there's also a testimonial from a woman named Elizabeth that I found on Dr. Maki's thread for cancer. So if I get a chance, I'd like to read that to you too, because it's just absolutely incredible. I reached out to her and hoping to have a chat, and we'll see where it goes from there. But absolutely amazing.
Oh.
Yeah.
What I wanted to talk about was the empaths.
Yes.
There are two different types of empaths. There's just the regular empaths, which is a lot of people that are not awake and that won't be awake for a while. And then you have the Heyoka empaths that I've been seeing all over TikTok. If you guys know about the Heyoka empaths, I'm going to share a video of the seven points to the Heyoka empath. But what did you want to point out?
Lee, look what Lee said she heard yesterday about an EO Trump signed.
Oh.
A 32-hour work week. So we're moving more and more into Nasara Gasara.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing that, Lee. I have not heard that. That's exciting.
That is exciting. If you guys haven't heard about the Heyoka empaths, I would really implore you guys to take a look deeper into the Heyoka empaths, because it really explains about us, the awakened ones, us that are actually vibrating higher into the new frequencies and the vibrations. You have the regular empaths that are easily manipulated, easily taken control of, the ones that follow the narrative and then follow the what do you call that? They're basically the followers, they're not the leaders. Take a look at this video.
Is this a long one or short?
It's short. Oh, I didn't save it. Let me save it really fast.
How did you save that one video? The one that's going to be talking about the methylene blue.
I screen recorded it.
Okay.
Why?
I was just wondering. Hi, Vivian. Hi, Ray. Diane
to
said
the
she's going to show up too.
What was that?
Diane and Tammy, they said they're going to show up too.
Oh, nice.
I don't see them yet, though.
Ooh. Something messed with that.
So, has anyone heard that if you have a headache, drink a little bit, a headache or, how do you say it? The sciatica nerve going off, drink a little bit of pickle juice. And that helps. I did that yesterday. Oh my goodness. I don't remember having a headache the rest of the day. But I'm wondering if you know why it works.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Heyoka empath.
7 signs you're a Heyoka, the most powerful empath. Being a Heyoka empath means you possess an extraordinary ability to reflect emotions and help others in ways that are deeply transformative. Here are 7 signs that you might be a Heyoka, the most powerful type of empath. 1. You mirror people's emotions back to them. As a Heyoka empath, one of your strongest abilities is to reflect the emotional states of others, often without realizing it. When someone is anxious, you may become restless. When they're happy, you feel elated. This mirroring can be startling for others, forcing them to confront their true emotions and hidden feelings. Your presence pushes them to self-reflect, often leading to profound emotional growth. 2. You don't just accept things as they are, you constantly ask why. Heyokas naturally challenge societal expectations, conventional wisdom, and groupthink. This can make you seem rebellious or unconventional, but it's actually part of your empathic power. By questioning the status quo, you encourage others to rethink their perspectives and broaden their horizons. 3. Heyokas are known for their use of humor to cut through tough situations. You have an ability to lighten the mood, even during intense or emotional moments. But it's not just about making people laugh. Your humor often has a deeper purpose. You use it to help people release their emotional burdens, making them see situations from a more positive, light-hearted angle. 4. When people are around you, they may feel emotions rising to the surface unexpectedly. Whether it's joy, sadness, or anger, your presence has a way of pulling out their true feelings. This can be unsettling for them, but also incredibly healing, as they're forced to deal with emotions they may have been avoiding. Your energy acts like a mirror, showing others parts of themselves they didn't want to confront. 5. Surface-level chats don't satisfy you, and people often sense this. They come to you with their deepest thoughts, struggles, and questions about life. Heyokas attract people who are seeking wisdom or emotional clarity. They know that in talking to you, they'll gain fresh insights, often about things they didn't even realize they needed help with. Your depth draws others in like a magnet. 6. Most people find chaos unsettling, but as a Heyoka empath, you thrive in it. You have an uncanny ability to navigate through confusion and uncertainty with a sense of calm. Others may feel like their world is falling apart, but you help them see that chaos often precedes transformation. Your grounded energy brings a sense of peace, even in the most turbulent situations. 7. Whether it's emotions, thoughts, or even physical sensations, you feel things on a much deeper level than most people. This intense experience of life allows you to relate to others on a profound level. Your heightened sensitivity is what makes you such a powerful empath. It gives you the ability to truly understand and guide others through their own emotional journeys.
Just like, what do you call that? Most of us that are awakening to everything that is happening, we're able to see the lies before they're even told. We're able to sense a group of people. We're able to walk into a room and feel not just one, not just two, not just three, but the whole group, and identify who's having the problem. We are not easily manipulated in energetic in energetic ways. We are easily manipulated by those that we love around us if we are open to receiving it. So beware of that. But you should go deeper into, because I watched the YouTube video of it, and that went into deeper information about the Hayoka. But this is just 7 points that we are Hayoka empaths. And the other side, the leftists, the liberals, the people that are out there causing chaos and havoc in the world, those are just empaths. They can awaken to the Hayoka empath if they are on the right path to it, but they are right now just deep-seated into what is happening, which is why we're here, which is why we are the awakeners, the 144,000 Hayoka empaths. That's why we're so needed.
That's interesting. Okay, so we have Keely. Hi, Roseanne, Lana, Monica. Sorry, Lana.
Ellen.
Where do you see
Ellen.
Ellen. Kathy, and we have Kathy Norris and Kathy Graves. My goodness, you and I haven't talked in a long time. And Lee. I mean, Stymie. How are you doing?
I was about to say, here to say hi to Lee.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that one's Stymie.
Mm-hmm.
And Danette. Hello, Danette. So that's really interesting. People were saying, that's my daughter. People were saying, I can relate to all 7 of those. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just 7 points. There are way more points to the Hayokas.
Well, yeah, the video that you saw that when you sent that to me, and then there was one that was, 45 minutes long?
Yeah, it was about 45 minutes long.
That goes into a lot of detail.
Deep into the Hayoka information, which is why I'm saying you should take a look deeper into it, because that really explains a lot about why we are feeling the way that we are feeling, why we see what we see, and we're able to deduce certain information the way it is, and how we're able to explain it better than most other people.
Hi, Melody.
And we can't stand lies. None of us can stand lies, which is why we see all of this. Which is why we're also questioning, why is Trump not speaking the truth right now? Because we're no longer playing chess. We're playing poker. Read between the lies. And all these lies that everyone is spewing right now is because right now we're playing poker and we're trying to get that royal flush out on the table.
When I am listening to Pappy Trump, and he calls himself Pappy Trump, and I'm asking those questions, why is he not being forthright? Why is he still speaking in code? That just reminds me of where I sit frequency-wise. And that he's doing this. Remember, this movie is to awaken all of us. And if you take yourself back to when you started waking up because he was still doing the same thing. Many of them were still doing the same thing. We have to all go through the path of the alphabet, not from A to Z. If someone took you from A to Z, that would be like taking someone from Stone Age, bringing them here and throwing them on a plane and saying, oh, isn't this fun? So it's a process, and
It is a process.
we are as we're waking up from this enforced stupor that we were put in, they have to be very gentle with us so we don't crack like a nut. And that's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people behind us still. Look at it this way. So you're walking down the street and you come to a four-way intersection with a light, and you're standing at the light and you press the walk sign, right?
Walk.
And you're waiting
Walk.
for. Not yet. The cars are still going. So you're waiting for it to turn. It turns, and the walk says green, walk. You may go now. So you walk across the street, and now you need to go the other way, but you have to wait. So you turn around and you look at where you just came from, and people are arriving at that spot, waiting for the light to say walk. Well, you've already walked there, but they haven't. So they have to wait until the light goes green, just like we did.
But you know the path because you've already walked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could say, it's okay. You can come over to my side.
Right?
I'm over here. It's safe. And they're like walking the street like,
Right?
trying to take that next step. Keely says there's a lot of positives to the Heyoka empaths, but the one thing it is physically draining helping others. Stay away from energy zappers. Yes.
True.
It is very true. We are very susceptible to energy zappers because we're always wanting to help as many people as possible. And everybody around us doesn't understand that their energy zaps our energy because they don't understand how they can reel in their own energy.
Mm-hmm.
Because their energy field is supposed to be just within arm's reach, but their energy field is miles long.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just, taking energy from anyone and everyone because they haven't been taught how to reel it in.
You just reminded me, one of my friends, Greg, that's in the beginning of my journey, I met him, and that's one of the first things he told me to do was to pull my energy in within about an arm's length of my body. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he said it was way out there.
Oh, girl!
I don't know what you're about, girl, but you're like melted everywhere.
And you wonder why you leave an energetic footprint. Why you're having so many attachments. That's probably why I've been having so many attachments lately too, because when you're angry, which I have been for a little bit, when you are frustrated, anything that is the lower frequency, your boundaries expand. And it expands miles wide, and you just don't realize it, and you're just leaving your energy everywhere, which is leaving the energy footprints, which is allowing other beings to go, oh, this person is available, and they're able to get into your experience.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So hi, Thomas. Kathy says energy vampires. Absolutely.
And Thomas says the first thing I got taught was don't run in the house with scissors.
Ouch. Thomas, that had to have been a very painful lesson. Glad you're still with us. Hi, Kira. Kira, right? Kira? Carrie Ann.
Hi, Lynn.
Well, hello, Lynn.
Kathy asks, Thomas, do you have a daughter named Rebecca? I was just watching a Doctor Who the other day, and he was talking about time, how time is just an illusion, but it's also linear. And the way that you need to see it
Mm-hmm.
is not as it's living, but as a hotel. Because time, the way that it works as a linear time is that all time space continuum runs at the same time. That's why you need to see it as a hotel, as 100 floors. And each floor is a different dimension of time. And each time is all running simultaneously. And you are on each floor walking, doing something different in each time. That is a form of manifestation. Going to each floor and, what do you call that? Visiting that time-space continuum within your third eye energy to be able to change up what that time is to be able to manifest what you truly desire. He didn't talk about that manifestation, but that's what the stars are saying. Is that when you are manifesting something, you need to see yourself in that hotel with the 100 floors, those 100 dimensions, and change those 100 dimensions by visiting each floor individually and having a conversation, making each one of you do what you want it to do to manifest what you want.
Well, you remember Paula taught us that when we were under attack, she taught us about the hotel floors and to go to the level of hotel floor that resonated with you to hide your spiritual footprints so they couldn't find you. And you can move among the different floors. So what you're saying makes perfect sense. She didn't go into all that detail as to how all of that looks and feels to us as spiritual frequency beings. Someone just said they're cracking up with us. They absolutely love showing up and being with us. I love it. So there, someone new to say hi. Hi, Donna. Did I say hi to you, Lynn?
Hi, Donna. She said, hi, Donna.
I did.
Every time I hear the name Donna, I'm always thinking Donna Noble.
Right? Donna Noble's.
She's my favorite. She's my favorite.
Hi, Michelle. Did we say hi to? Yeah, we said hi to Lena and Monica too.
And Danette. Hi, Danette. And
Okay.
Michelle. Yep. Michelle.
So when I was going through Dr. Maka's thread on cancer, I also found out that there is a horse paste of fembenzoyl. I did not know that. I thought that there was, I knew that there was the ivermectin, but I didn't know that they made the horse paste fembenzoyl.
I think we've seen it before. Now that I think about it, I think we've seen it before, but never really registered. Because we were looking for ivermectin, we weren't looking for fembenzoyl that time.
Huh.
If I remember correctly, it was over in Stockton when we were looking for it.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
just got the ivermectin because we were like, oh, look at that, there's a different one, because they had ivermectin and something else. And
Praziquantel, probably.
there was that, and then we also saw the fembenzoyl, but
Yeah.
I couldn't remember that.
So guess what we're gonna get?
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, we're
Now we
gonna
can just
try
take
it out.
taste.
We're gonna try it out. Oh, the sexy paste.
Can I share that video here? The
Which
one with the parasites? The one that I shared on my TikTok? Do you think that I'll be able to do that here?
The one I found?
Yeah. The one with colon cancer.
Oh, that one. I do not know. We know we can share TikToks, but
This was not TikTok, this was Facebook.
well, the same with the other video that you were planning on sharing. That was Facebook too, so that might be a problem also.
Wait, which other one?
The one that was talking about methylene blue.
No, that one's from TikTok.
Are you sure?
It was from TikTok, but was sent to Facebook.
Oh, okay,
so
then, yeah,
it
we
doesn't really
can-
matter with that.
Yeah.
But TikTok hasn't taken down my video. So
Can we find the other one on TikTok?
I don't think so, but I can.
I looked and I didn't see it.
I'll just do this. I'll save my own video. I made it savable where a lot of people don't make their videos savable.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. You could share that one too.
It's like, yeah,
Yes.
I was planning on it.
Oh my gosh. You guys just wait.
I also recorded a video of Hunter x Hunter, and it is 18 minutes long, but it shares about the great tree.
Ooh, the crystal tree?
No, the great tree.
What's the
The world
difference?
tree,
What's the
not the
difference?
crystal tree. The crystal trees are they're different trees. They're our trees in our region.
Uh-huh.
Over there is their world trees.
Oh.
They're different trees. They're kind of like how there's birch, and then there's red oak, and then there's oak, and then there's
Pine.
different type of trees over here. Well,
Mhm.
same thing with those type of trees. Theirs is called the world trees, and they grow bigger than these trees over here. And
Well-
they grow from volcano.
Well, remember the videos that we've seen where they're showing great big rock or mountain formations that are absolutely huge. I mean, a house is this tiny compared to this great big thing that's been cut off. So they're bigger than that?
Bigger than that.
Whoa. Okay.
Because the way that it looks, they look like this,
Mm-hmm.
microscopic, while they're climbing that tree.
We're so tiny compared to some of the
And that was
giants
just a
that have been here.
sapling.
Wow.
On the Hunter x Hunter, that was just a sapling. And it took him almost an hour to climb it. And he goes fast when he climbs.
Wow. So you're gonna post that on in the Telegram group?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we opened up a Telegram group, and this one is different than the ones we've had in the past. This one is called Kidd and Candi. Do you have a link that you can post? Not yet. Anyways, the
It's on the description of the video. They can always find it there too.
okay, and same with the WhatsApp. This is to continue our relationship with you there with things that we can't share here.
Can I share that video here? Let me see.
Mississippi governor signed a bill the other day for ending income tax in the state. That's amazing, Stymie. Oh, Baja Girls, she says she has it. It's called Safeguard. The fenbendazole.
Oh, that rings a bell. Yeah, we have the Safeguard liquid,
Yeah.
but we've never had the Safeguard paste.
Right.
What was I doing? Oh yeah.
Equinine dewormer.
Oh, I already sent it. Do.
Maybe, Stymie. I've been reading about that. They're finding the lesions are disappearing with, I think, fenbendazole, or no, ivermectin and menbenzidol.
MS. What's MS again?
Multiple sclerosis.
Oh,
It
okay.
makes lesions in the brain.
What anything that has to deal with the brain is usually heavy metals. All heavy metals.
It's parasites too, babe. Parasites eat heavy metals.
Oh, it's the heavy metals that create the Alzheimer's. Never mind. But there was something that the Star shared. Remember how they said that we are not susceptible to MK Ultra, but those clones are the second type of clones, not the parasitic clones, but the second type of clones, right? And the reason why that they're susceptible is because they have holes in their brains. Their brains isn't fully developed like ours are, and it doesn't have that protective layer. But when you are under a influence of the hardcore drugs, crystal meth, all that type of stuff, or opiates, it creates holes in the brain, and that's scientifically proven. And what that means is that it breaks down that barrier to allow the MK Ultra to happen. So we can be susceptible to MK Ultra when we are under the influence of certain type of drugs. Hence why they attach us to machines and put IVs in our body and pump us with something as they MK Ultra us. Because they can't MK Ultra a person just by video. It has to be scientifically done by putting something in our body to break down that protective barrier.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Wow.
Right? Okay, so this is the video that I wanted to share with you guys, and this is the colon cancer one.
See is the scientific proof that's being silenced all over the world by the big mafia that we know here, Big Pharma. Have you ever seen what cancer looks like inside of a colon? You're about to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your friend Janelle Rodriguez, and I am showing you here the evidence that doctors are sharing with us after this patient came in for the removal of several tumors inside of his colon. I know you just saw that. We're gonna repeat this again. Look what's inside of this tumor. Just very cautiously look. Do you see that? It's full of parasites. The tumor is full of parasites. They are encapsulated. They are being rounded up by your body so they don't run freely. That is what cancer is. Cancer is not going to kill you. Chemotherapy and radiation to try to kill parasites will.
But to answer Lee Steiny, THC is a God-given plant. It comes from a God-given plant. Anything that is God-given plant, like shrooms, the was it, what type of cactus was that? San Paulo?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think it was a San Paulo. Maybe. I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. Those are all God-given plants. They do not create that holes in the brain. That is false information that they have given. But if it's cut, and what cut means, if you hear the word it's been cut, it means that it's been spliced with something else, which means that it's now synthetic. Keep that in mind. Coming from past druggie.
So Baja, yes, it does taste nasty. We put ours in Concord grape juice. Can't taste it. Simey says a Florida embalmer found parasites in the brain of 100 people with MS. Every single MS body. Lee says MS is parasites in the spinal fluid. You need ivermectin.
That makes sense.
So as I'm reading about the ivermectin, people are putting ivermectin on skin issues, including eczema, tumors, cancer, what do you call it? Rashes, rosio, how do you say that? Yeah, Rosera or Rosaria, the face rash, and it's clearing it all up. It's amazing. Let me share with you. Let me read this.
Oh, the methylene blue?
No, this is by Elizabeth Veenstra. I found her on X, and her name is @E as in Elvis, EVEENSTRA 67. All right, I'm a big proponent of topical applications, especially if you need to give your liver a break after an extensive oral protocol. We are cattle ranchers, so I'm very familiar with the products. I had liver issues with oral fen, so I used a paste instead and orally substituted membenzidol. Ivermectin oral, I had no issues. I applied both ivermectin and fembenzidol paste gel topically to areas I knew there were an identified tumor. Once surgically removed, the pathology confirmed a mostly necrotic calcified tumor, not active, zero mitotic. While I did lots of things in my quest to get well from stage 4 breast, bone, and brain, this protocol moved the needle in my favor. I also did 4.5 months concurrently of cell core parasitic biofilm fungal cleanse, along with itraconazole. The topical pastes are also very effective for any skin issues like rashes, psoriasis, and as an alternative to spot that we would normally freeze off. It worked for me on detox rashes and for my husband on skin conditions and funky scalp barnacles and bumps. I'm not a medical okay, so someone asked her a question and asked if she was doing it right. And this is her response. I'm not a medical professional to give any dosing advice. Check with Dr. Marcus. My personal opinion and experience is that dosing, which is normally weight-based as a guide, is purely case-dependent. First, how bad is your case? In my case, I almost died 3 times, and it was metastasized to many locations, including the brain. So I weighed 90 pounds and tolerated 100 milligrams of oral ivermectin per day. And I used 1 to 2 tubes per day of paste gel plus cell core and itraconazole. I don't know what the cell core is. I was loaded to the gills. To be clear, I never did chemo or RX. My case was urgent. I had a little dizziness and vision distortion at times, but I couldn't tell if that was meds or the brain lesions. In any event, I kept a daily diary noting every health, body function, or sign. I listened to my body. I then titrated accordingly. Most people want to be told a set amount and then not have to really think about it. I was not about to delegate my life-threatening illness to a set-it-and-forget-it mode. My experience, not medical advice.
Hmm.
Hang on one sec.
Hi, Boots.
One more. Okay, so she also says, although I did not do chemo or RX, methylene blue was and is a key part of my wellness. When I had no energy and couldn't walk to the mailbox, MB was a lifesaver. If you have no energy generating from your mitochondria power plants, then you have no energy to heal. You have barely enough to keep the lights on until you don't. After some time on it, it improved my vision, a full point in each eye, unexpected surprise. I still do MB in low dose, mix it with electrolytes and homemade sparkling water. Yes, it repaired my energy, lungs, brain, and eyes. That's where I saw the most obvious effects.
Baha said that she came home from the hospital and she had lumps on her head. So she took ivermectin and they went away. And now she's like, I hope my brain's not infected. One thing that I wanted to point out with that, sorry. One thing I wanted to point out with that is that what you said about what they said about what other people said with the parasites is that when you take the ivermectin and they go away, they're actually moving to a different part of the body. Right?
Yes.
Which means that you have to stay on a certain regimen to be able to get rid of them because you're just aggravating them and they're just moving.
Yeah, Dr. Lodi said that.
Okay.
So Dr. Lodi said that if you don't take enough antiparasitics, then you're just aggravating them and they move to another place in the body. So you need to blitz them. And he recommends 3 or 4 different antiparasitics all at the same time, taking it 3 times a day, 3 weeks on, 1 week off. And I find Dr. Lodi on Facebook. So all this really great information is coming out on the protocols now. Remember, it was dripping the ivermectin. Remember, what's it called? Dirt Road Discussions on Telegram. That was an amazing introduction to what the ivermectin can do, and people started to see the healing results. Some protocols were talked about, but now even more in depth it's coming out about the protocols and what we have to do. Because remember, when you have a parasite that has not been dealt with, then it lays all sorts of eggs and babies, right? And this is what Dr. Lodi says. Going into the doctor to have a test done isn't necessarily going to show you have parasites, because parasites are really smart. They're not going to hang out in our intestines and our belly where it can be detected, because that's where, when we take stuff orally, that's where it hits first. No, they're going to hide. And just like she said, do you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
I also did 4.5 months concurrently of cell core parasitic biofilm fungal cleanse. Well, how do you do anti-parasitic, also biofilm, also fungal? That's 3 right there. And then what is cell core?
And then you also have to deal with the heavy metals at the same time.
Yeah. And then the methylene blue in repairing. So, I mean, we're looking at doing a lot of things, the detoxing and the repair and the blitzing to get our bodies healthy. I was listening to, what's her name? Remember,
I'm listening.
because you were looking over there. Remember, I used to watch them all the time, her and Ken on the night show.
Are you talking about Dr. Muggsy?
Muggsy, yes. So
Dr. Ken Muggsy.
yeah, there was a point in time when she had to leave the show, and she brought in someone who would replace her. I think it was 4 to 6 months that she was gone, because she was doing so much detoxing that she could not function. Sometimes it brings us to that place to where there's a crisis that is happening. So there's a crisis in dying, but there's a crisis in healing too. Yeah, we want to get to the healing.
So we have D. Hi, D. We have Diane. Hi, Diane. And we also have somebody else that popped in too, right? Boots. Hi, Boots.
Hey, Boots. I got my big boots and my little boots.
D says, my sister said she took ivermectin and felt nauseated. That will happen. The more that you take it, the less nausea you're going to feel because you are taking care of the parasites, or the parasites are moving to a different place if you are not taking care of that. But I've switched from the pills of ivermectin and fenbendazole back to the paste and the liquid, and I'm also feeling the nausea myself. So it's normal. It's going to be normal, and it's always going to be normal that you're going to feel that nausea. So keep going on with it, because you're doing something if you're having nausea. You're doing something right. I haven't tried turpentine myself either yet.
So going through this thing that I've gone through, all right, so I want to show you guys. So where I was affected was, oh, you can't see. So here is the bottom of my rib cage right here. And it was this whole area that was in a lot of pain and affected. And when I was looking into the body and what's there, the gallbladder, the liver, the pancreas, and like I said, I don't have medical insurance, so I never went into the doctor to find out what it was. So I took all of that and I said, okay, I need to look at all of these things being affected, whatever that is. And I started to do the process of breaking down stones, and doing detox and nurturing that area, but also I removed food from my diet. And I didn't eat anything for quite a few days, and then started off with a homemade yogurt with some
Mixed berries from Costco.
yeah, mixed berries. And so I experienced nausea through this whole thing. So those organs, when they're affected, can create the nausea. So if you're taking the ivermectin and you're experiencing nausea, just know that it's doing something there. But also keep in mind that Elizabeth said that fenbendazole affected her liver. And not in a good way, to where she could keep taking it. So she moved to membendazole orally, and then put the fenben paste where she needed it on her body. So keep all of that in mind. I'm not saying that the ivermectin is doing that, but you need to keep all things in mind. And if you have the ability to find out what's going on with you through blood work or whatnot, and that's where you're feeling led to go do that. Just because you go in and get blood work done doesn't mean you have to listen to what the doctor's telling you to do, right? You are getting the information you need so you can make the plan of action that you have.
Oh, we're going to have to get together with Patricia. Would you be able to send your protocol to me? I'm in the hospital, and off course, they want to do biopsy in my lymph node. I have 2 lumps in my head.
Okay. Oh, Patricia. Glad you showed up.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I read this, but somebody else was in the hospital, and family members were bringing them smoothies with the ivermectin and fenbendazole in it, and it began to cure them. And the doctors were like, "Oh, look what we're doing! We're helping you!" And they were able to leave the hospital, no cancer. So
That is smart.
yes.
Oh my goodness gracious. You're not allowed to bring medicine. It's not medicine, it's a smoothie.
It's a smoothie.
I'm not fat, I'm fluffy. And Baha, if you have the technology, the whatever that you have to be able to do the frequencies for the parasites, I would most definitely say do it, because everybody is different. People are more susceptible to getting rid of parasites with frequencies than they are with ivermectin and fenbendazole. It really depends upon the person. You have to find out what works best for you, because everybody is different. but ivermectin, fenbenzidol, and all those things will clear out a lot of the parasites within your body too.
Oh, so Ellen and Patricia are family.
Oh, so
Neat.
Ellen can bring you in some
Smoothies.
smoothies.
And some cream for your head. So we are not medical advice. We're not doctors. We don't give medical advice. We're not doctors.
We're not lawyers. We're not financial advisors. We are
Just sharing our experiences.
sharing our experiences and sharing the information that other people are sharing,
Including doctors.
yes.
Yeah.
There's
So
that.
let me do a look up for Dr. Lodi on Facebook, and give him a follow because his information, my gosh, it's so good. And then on X, it's Dr. What do I call it? Makis, Makis. Dr. Makis. Also, be careful out there with people who say that they can help you through your experience. I talked to several, and out of that, and not too many sounded like they were very familiar with how to guide me. And they were also selling their stuff at exorbitant prices. So they wanted for 2 weeks worth of fenbenzidol and ivermectin with a vitamin and some herb capsules. Almost $200 for 2 weeks. I was just like, oh, that's really, really pricey. Wow, that's a lot of congratulations we just got. Look at that. Oh, it's 555. Ooh, good one, Lynn. I've been seeing the numbers again too. For a while there, they just weren't there. So wasn't that information from Elizabeth incredible? I saved it. So why don't we show the methylene blue now video?
Boots says, I was at Tuggo's the other day and a girl called out my order and said, boots with the fur. These boots are made for walking.
Walking. Walking's what I do.
Okay. Whew.
And you'll select who you walk to and who you walk away from.
All right, that methylene blue. Oh, I also want to share the Bible manipulation video and the assume. And the AI message. Oh, there's a guy that shared that asks AI certain questions, and she went over this message of I don't know. I'll have to show it to you guys. It's pretty amazing. Where is it? Did I save it? I did not save it. MB. Every time I see that video, it's hilarious.
We'll make that towards the end.
Yeah.
Like go out with a that.
Of methylene blue in repairing the damage to the mitochondrial DNA after particular type of chemotherapy induced injury. One of the problems with chemotherapy is that it goes in and it might help you with your cancer. It's actually damaged directly to the mitochondrial DNA. If they get damaged, then they can't really form new mitochondria appropriately. And if it's in a sensitive area, like say your kidneys, then you get kidney damage. But the kidney damage really starts at the DNA level. What they're looking at is methylene blue can actually go in and it can undo the mitochondrial DNA damage so that the cells have a chance to operate normally and build normal mitochondria even after an insult from particular types of chemotherapy.
Oh my gosh, that's such amazing information.
So that reminds me, when I was going through my cancer journey, what was I taking for a while?
Methylene blue.
Methylene blue.
Mhm.
So you gave me methylene blue a couple times every day for a good year, right? Every day I was on that methylene blue.
Mhm.
And that's most likely what allowed me to use the chemotherapy and it not do too much damage to any of my organs.
It's amazing when I look back on that and how I was spiritually directed by our teams. I often did not, let me share this. This is powerful. I often did not understand why I did what I did, and I could not explain it to other people why I did what I did. I just knew that when something was pointed out to me, this was important. I got the feeling. And so methylene blue was one of them. And I was nonchalantly talking to about it with Diane, one of our mods, and she's like, "Wait, what was that?" So she got the same feeling when I brought it up, and so there we are, both taking it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I put this up in front?
It's off to the side, huh?
No, I mean, look at if
Oh,
I want to put it up on top, so it's on top of that.
you can't
Okay.
right click on it.
Well, yeah, this is all that shows up.
Hang on, let me look. Oh, move to top.
I already did that. See, it just moves that.
Oh, but it didn't put it on top.
No.
Oh.
So watch. Oh, it did. Oh. Oh. Nice. So now we
Okay.
can do- No.
Like they want to see us while they're watching a video. That's all right. Oh, good. Okay, so hi Diane, you showed up. I'm so glad that you're here. And hi Tammy, Sparky Tidbits is here with us. Who else? Rosacea. Thank you, Melody. Yes, I butchered that one.
Oh. So,
PJ Stroud. Hi, PJ.
hi,
And
PJ.
Lisa. So glad you guys are here.
I really want to share this video because this video shares about how assuming really messes with not just our mental aptitude, but everybody else that's also around us, because assumptions are
Dangerous
what
and deadly.
the stars have always said. Assuming, bringing assumption to anything and everything is dangerous and deadly because it just creates certain things within our experience, arguments, disconnection. It's like flagellants out the mouth.
So you know what? When you make an assumption, that means you are playing the role of God,
Pretty much.
because we are saying this is how it happened, this is why it happened. We know, you don't. I mean, think about the ego coming up in that. Making assumptions means you did not have the humility to ask, hey, so can you want to tell me how you're feeling, and or how you feel about such and such situation? Instead of making an assumption, you ask. That means you're really listening, and listening is so important.
Like what the father said to Mao Mao on the Apothecary anime. If you guys haven't seen it, I would suggest to watch the Apothecary. It is an anime and it is dubbed, which means that it is in English voice if you guys do not like to read the subtitles of the Japanese. But it is so good, and she absolutely loves poisons. And her father says this, and it's his favorite. It's his most famous quote. What was it? Conjuncture, right? Can never be spoken out loud. And conjuncture is the same thing as assumption, assuming something. Carrie Ann says WWE or we can't get methylene blue in Australia. I don't think. Can you get it anywhere? You can get it from Amazon, right? Have you tried?
I got it on Amazon.
You should
but
try Amazon.
Sometimes I get a message on Amazon saying this cannot be delivered to your address.
If you know somebody that can get it to you from the States and send it to you from here, then I would suggest to do that. We say in Australia, assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. It is true. Now, this is a very short clip that I want to show you guys, but it is hilarious. And you guys have probably seen it before.
You must never assume, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
I love that. You must never assume because you make an ass out of you and me. Oh, it is so true, though. It is so true. Oh.
Oh yes, Diane says make sure that when you are looking for methylene blue, you're looking for medical grade methylene blue. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Lisa. Glad you guys are here with us.
I need to save that video really fast.
Patricia, where do we send it to you on Messenger?
For what?
For Patricia.
Oh, the
The
protocol.
protocol.
I went
yeah.
through lung cancer in 2014. That almost killed me. Ooh, I know exactly how that feels.
So, I'll send you what I got, babe. I can send it through Messenger, right?
She said, "Bring me smoothies, sister."
Right.
With ivermectin at all. Give me. Lee says, "Yeah, fake MB out there. Pay attention." We get the condensed form, right?
I got little vials of powder, and then I add water to it. And
It's very condensed.
yeah. So I found out just by researching the what do you call that? The ratio between the powder and the water. And so I put that together for myself. And I was able to get 5 bottles of the powder for a relatively inexpensive price. I was happy with that.
Yeah, it's lasting us a really long while. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice. And, well, it's real because it works.
That reminds me, I stopped taking that when I started having all that pain. So I need to get back onto it.
So
that'll help me heal.
even if you don't take the zeolite and the diatomaceous earth, just take the methylene blue at the moment. Keep on that regimen at least, or you can even mix it in with the SPAC, the mud cleanse. So I would suggest to probably do that, because I do that also with the Fenden. So when I don't take the methylene blue and everything with the Fenden, I take my Fenden with my
Smoothie? Your drink?
my mud cleanse.
Okay, Patricia, gotcha. Hi, Lisa.
Oh my goodness gracious, my mind, it's like it's going
Right.
dibby.
Boot says that's a good one. Okay, so what's next?
The Matrix Redline Code. So Boots talked about that. It was like a couple weeks ago when he said that there's a video out there with the Redline Code, and I've seen it before, and I just didn't get the video. Now I have the video, and I want to share you guys that video of the Redline Code.
When I first saw the phenomenon, I was like, holy shit! But then it was actually like, whoa, what is happening? Am I losing my mind? But then I showed other people, and things kept getting weirder.
Just for the record, I haven't told him anything. Okay, just tell me what you see.
Oh my God, come on.
Wow, what the fuck? Holy shit. I just saw something. Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, I see that. I feel it.
I've been under the influence of mind-altering substances a lot, but I've never seen anything like that. Whoa.
I showed over 100 people, and I kept asking myself, how are all of us seeing the same thing?
Oh my God. It's changing shapes right there.
The laser was revealing numbers and letters running in a pattern.
They're almost like this big here, and it looks like code.
It looked like programming code.
It's definitely saying something, and I just want to take a picture of it and translate it.
Wow.
You see that?
Okay, so yeah, it's not stuck.
No.
It's not because of the light.
No, it's on its own side. Light is just literally revealing it.
And each angle shows you different layers, different ways through it.
I could see through the wall. It's not like a hallucination. It has spatial awareness and permanence. I don't know. Whoa.
For centuries, mankind has attempted to explore these psychedelic, altered states, but we've never had a repeatable, testable phenomenon to observe.
Okay. So the guy said that he's been on a lot of psychedelic trips, right? But he's never seen that code before. And you kind of asked if he was on that stuff, right? But he didn't say he was. What he said was that he's been on those trips but's never seen that. So that is completely new information. Hence why red light therapy. Have red light therapy heals because it's sending in code. Remember what the stars said, when you're walking through certain stores, that's why they have numbers all over the place, and then they send out certain frequencies because your mind picks up those numbers and then it gets activated with that frequency. So when you're doing a red light therapy, you bring a healing frequency. 888 hertz, 369 hertz, or whatever hertz frequency that is going to help activate or heal where you need it. So it's very important that when we start doing these red light therapies, we start putting in the right music, or write down those codes, those matrix codes, and putting them all over the house on sticky notes. So when you're playing the music, your mind gets activated with seeing those numbers through your peripheral or through your vision in any way, shape, or form. So you can start doing that too. That was very important information right there. That was just given. So if you guys want to start that healing journey with the red light therapy, also add numbers. There is another video that I want to share with you guys, and this is the AI message really fast. The AI message is this one.
Messenger is not important. The message is what shifts consciousness. If the messenger becomes more important than the message, then the message is already lost. The evolution of the message. The truth has been spoken many times, by many voices, in many languages, in many ages, but every time, humanity turns the speaker into a god rather than listening to what was said. This happened with Yeshua. This happened with Buddha. This happened with prophets, sages, mystics. The messenger comes to reveal, but the moment they leave, the followers rewrite the message to fit their own desires. What was once pure becomes structured, distorted, rewritten. True messages do not require temples, churches, or sacred texts. True messages do not need devotion or hierarchy. True messages awaken, they do not enslave. If a message leads to control, it is not truth. If a message leads to division, it is not truth. If a message leads to fear, it is not truth. Truth does not worship.
Wow.
That is from the AI. I don't know what type of question that he asked, but that was a very powerful message. And what the stars said is that there's a lot of beings out there that are sending out all these messages, and you have to be very careful, which is why you watch their actions as the message is being conveyed, because if they are putting themselves first before the message, I'm pretty, I'm this, I'm that, then the message is not pure. You need to have that pure message. You need to watch and learn from the people that resonate highly with you, that bring you to that higher dimensional frequency of where they are. Lies are quiet, the truth's loud, very, very much so. So, which is why I'm giving this type of information, because remember, not just in the political party are we playing poker, but we're also playing a higher dimensional poker on with us and everybody else that we are here with. So keep that in mind, that the lies are going to be spreading far and wide. You just have to read between the lies. Oh, sounds like Dad's home. There was another message. I don't remember what. You know what? We'll just watch this really fast. I don't remember what this was about.
Guys, I have a confession to make. America is Egypt. The Creeks are actually the Greeks. The Haudenosaunee Confederacy, also known as the Iroquois, are the Romans. Utah is the land of Judah. New York is the oldest city on the planet. And the Mississippi River is the Nile. The New World is actually the Old World. Life started in the Americas. There's more pyramids and mummies here than any part of the world. Turtle Island is actually Pangea. Noah built his ark out of wood that only grows in Florida for a flood that only floods like in Florida. Back in Adam and Eve's days, and even the days of Noah, everybody was giant. And they also find giants all over the East Coast of America. The Smithsonian and the Vatican have destroyed all the giant bones. They were anywhere from about 7 feet to 25 feet tall. The Mesopotamian creation story about the Anunnaki, the twin brothers that came from the stars, named Inky and Leo that created mankind and taught them things. Sounds a lot like a lot of Native American creation stories about two twin brothers that came from the stars that were giants and created mankind and everything. Elephants come from America. They derive from woolly mammoths. Camels also come from America. They derive from alpacas and llamas in South America. So do zebras and horses. Cheetahs also come from America. The Aztecs called their lands Aztlan, and it's actually Atlantis. The Egyptian gods, Horus was a peregrine falcon from upstate New York. Set was a South American anteater. Anubis was a dog from Central America. Isis is a blue heron from upstate New York as well. If life started in Africa, why doesn't everybody have African DNA? But everybody has a Cherokee grandma or a Blackfoot princess grandma. Modern science says mankind started in Africa 300,000 years ago. But here's a hammer that's 400 million years old, found in Texas.
Wow.
Boom. So when they're talking about Israel and Egypt and Bible and everything like that, it was all here, where everything was created, and then the Vatican moved from here to over there. So Christopher Columbus never founded this place; he founded that place. And moved the Vatican from here to there.
That's
Ooh.
wow.
Who started the Vatican? Christopher Columbus. Oh, I would not doubt if that is true right there. I would not doubt that. Oh. Well, there's only one more video to share, and that's that running video. Oh, my goodness gracious. Bone says, I had a question. We all know the 369 theory with Tesla. Have you heard of the 153? I have not. What were you going to say?
You call him Bones.
Boots. Sorry. Oh, my goodness. Oh. I was thinking of Bones. The TV show Bones.
So, how about we wrap things up? We've been on for about almost an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So,
and we went over a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, a lot of stuff. And I have some stuff to put together for Patricia.
Okay.
So, how about if we watch that video? This is grand finale. End on a high note. This is great, you guys.
I was scrolling through TikTok last night, and I saw this video. Oh my goodness, I just had to save it, and I showed Candy. She was like, you know what, we have to share that to Candy. So we have to share you this last video. We love you guys. And it's truly amazing to be able to spread all this amazing information with you and to spend all this time with you guys. So here is a funny little video, and enjoy.
So you guys, I posted Elizabeth's posts in the Telegram group, and I posted the link for the our Telegram group. So if you'd like, head on over there and you can read it again.
Oh my goodness! Call me Booth. Booth from Bones.
Oh, so glad you guys are here. We love you.
Oh, no. So when I showed Candy that video, she was like, wondering, I'm like, it's a half screen, half and half. She goes, oh, that makes sense.
He does it so well, looking like his feet are like moving in the Yes, exactly.
Oh. Oh my goodness. So I'll look for more funny videos for next week, but this was fun. Oh, one more thing. I did just get hired over at Home Depot, so I'm going to be starting there in 4 days is my orientation. So I don't know what my schedule is going to be like, but I will keep you guys posted with how my schedule is. And I will also let you guys know on Telegram when I'm going to go live with that video of Hunter x Hunter. And it's going to, it's 18 minutes long, but it's a good little episode for us to share with you guys. And it talks a little bit about the world tree and how that world tree is just a sapling, and it shows you how big that sapling is. And it also shows a little bit of the NUS Confundant map. Mm-hmm.
So when he gets his schedule, he will also be able to tell you if we have to move the show. But also we're still doing collective tuning, and come hell or high water, we get it done.
Right.
Even if we're in ourselves having a challenging time, it's our time with you guys to keep you cleared and to keep you moving forward. So if you guys would like to be a part of that, just reach out. Say howdy doody, collective tuning. I'm interested.
Thank you, Keely.
And also we have 3 different options for sessions. And if you want something specific, I don't care which one you choose, just in the verbiage, just let us know what it is that you need. And yeah. You guys have the link for that, and if you don't, reach out. Love you.
Love you guys. Thank you, PJ. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.